Hello, friends, and welcome to yet another G1 Features podcast. Episode 20 this time. We have left the hockey stick behind, and we are now at the 2. So that's exciting stuff.
Well, we're getting a hockey stick next episode.
Yeah, true. Then it's 21. But hey, episode 20, how far we've come. I'm Madhero, and the clumsy one over here is Gear. How are you doing, good sir?
Despite apparently being very clumsy, I'm doing quite well.
Well, with the whole, bumping and everything, doing everything wrong, your volume slider and all that.
It is very warm today. I'll write it off as being just too warm for life.
It's affecting the mind. It is so crazy hot all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's 24 degrees right now.
Which is alright, actually. It's actually now just a nice temperature, but last week Saturday I had to work in the sun from 12 to 5.
Here's the thing. For those of you not in the know about the Netherlands, our weather is
Climate's
like
fucked.
this. Our weather goes like this. We have about 7 months of winter. We have about 7 months of autumn. We have about 3 weeks of winter. We have about 3 days of spring, and the rest is summer.
Yeah. Suddenly it's just all summer. Like apparently it's supposed to go down in the upcoming days, but yeah, this is right now it's full on summer.
Yeah, like last week. No, 2 weeks ago now. We still had hail here.
Yeah.
Like hail, proper ice coming out of the sky. And now I'm sitting in my shorts.
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts as well, so it's all been pretty crazy. But so mostly been going outside, not having that much time for video games, but I've been playing something here and there. Again, playing a beta this time, not an alpha.
Oh.
Ah, shit. But before we get into that, have you been playing anything, or
Have I ever? I had family come over during the weekend, and we played a bunch of fun stuff. We played a bunch of Magic the Gathering, because we all play that now. I was the last one to jump on the bandwagon. We played Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, which is a game that I still love. It's the PC one.
Okay.
That I have now played for 22 hours.
Jeez, man.
We played Warcraft 3.
Really?
Yeah!
Okay. What? Why? Why all of a sudden Warcraft 3?
Because it's great, and it's one of the few games that we all own that we can play together.
Yeah.
It's also just a really good game.
Yeah, it is. Warcraft 3 is awesome. That is one of the few RTSs that I really, really like.
It's also like, depending on you, there's like cool little multiplayer scenarios where it's like more of an RPG than an RTS, and there's all these different like there's a bunch of cool user-made stuff, and man.
Yeah, Defense of the Ancient.
Well, that, but.
Well, the thing that started an entire movement in the esports and all that.
Well, the thing that started an entire genre, basically.
Yeah.
But there's other like really cool custom maps that we played on. It's still a really good game.
Yes.
One thing that I was disappointed to discover, however, is that on the Blizzard online store, you still have to buy Warcraft 3 and the Frozen Throne expansion separately.
Ah, that sucks.
And they're both $10.
That's not a lot, to be fair, but it's still, yeah.
$20 is a bit much for an impulse buy, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, Frozen Throne is so good.
Frozen Throne is awesome. That's more of a full-on sequel than it is,
Yeah, but you can't just buy Frozen Throne, because it doesn't work without, Reign of Chaos.
I know. But even then. So yeah, like, Warcraft 3 is... I mean, it's kind of disappointing they never went back to the RTS after World of Warcraft. I mean, I get why, because World of Warcraft is huge.
Still.
Yes, still, though far less now. But, yeah, I mean, it's a fun, like, of course there's StarCraft, but that's not the same, I feel.
No, it doesn't have, like, it doesn't have the cool fantasy lore behind it, Like, the lore in Warcraft is super cool.
Yeah.
I unironically own a bunch of the books. Like,
Makes
the
yeah.
fiction books.
Makes me very curious about the movie, which is going very much into the beginning. I mean, the very subtitle. the second title of the movie is The Beginning.
Also indicating that it will inevitably be a franchise.
I feel they may be pushing their luck a bit too much.
I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
I'm probably going to see it as well, but
It looks pretty fun.
I'm going to probably see it as well, but I mean, how many... I just don't see a lot of hype for it, and I just kind of, I don't know how this is going to be.
I mean, people recognize World of Warcraft, so it at least has name brand recognition.
I think it's going to do, like, super well in China, but for the rest, it's just going to be... We'll see.
I anticipate decent to average reviews.
Yeah. But, continuing to ride the Blizzard train...
Choo-choo, motherfuckers!
The game that I've been playing, along with many other people, has been Overwatch.
If I want to play Team Fortress 2, I'll just go play Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, but, it's something a little different. New characters, new classes, all that. Yeah, I can't deny I had a lot of fun with the Overwatch beta. It's gone now, so we have to wait 2 weeks, I believe, before it's out to play. But yeah, I was really impressed with what Blizzard has done with this new genre. And Blizzard is always they make fun characters, they make fun lore around everything, and it's just I dug it.
It looks fun, but it's just not really my thing. I'm not really into multiplayer games.
Neither am I, but there was something that clicked with me in Overwatch, sort of yeah, I like this. This is fun.
If I wanted to get my ass kicked by randos, I'd join Magic Online.
Oh. But I mean, yeah, that's always going to happen. But yeah, I think, again, there's just a role for everyone, because, there's the healers, there's the tanks. Oh, the tanks, the defense people.
Bastion was particularly annoying, I heard.
Oh, Bastion. Yeah.
It turns into a gun turret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a bit... But, yeah, I leaned more towards the offense type characters. So McCree was one that I really liked. He's like a cowboy.
Oh, I've seen a picture of him, yeah.
Yeah. Tracer, who,
Yep.
we all know, who is the mascot. And Reaper, the ultimate edgelord of a character.
Yeah, I've seen him as well.
He's like the ultimate edgelord. I kind of love him. Like, pretty much all his quotes are also like, just pretty much what you expect a hatred guy to say. If it lives, I can kill it.
Well, that's a Predator reference.
Yeah, I know. Dead men walking and all that. Basically, yeah, I was leaning more towards the offensive type of characters. But I think there's something for everyone.
Blizzard does their, little fun flavor text really well. One thing that was really fun about going back to it, Warcraft 3, is that if you, click on units on the same unit multiple times, they'll say, little special things.
Yeah, they start saying goofy stuff.
Yeah, perhaps most famously, you've got, some of the human foot soldiers quoting Monty Python and stuff,
Yeah.
Orcs going, "It not easy being green."
Yeah.
So that's classic Blizzard as far as I'm
Blizzard knows how to make fun of itself, and just fun with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a game that I initially was kind of like, yeah, this looks cool, I'll wait to see what it is like. Yeah, kind of shot up high on the I want to get this list. Considering it's out pretty damn soon, I think, yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
I'm not going to get it because I don't like multiplayer-only games.
Yeah. Also something to, of course, think about is just, this is a big multicultural cast that they've got.
Thankfully, yeah.
If you just look at it's a whole mishmash of men, women, of all kinds of races or robots.
Well done, Blizzard.
Yeah. It is neat. Also, body shapes are all different, so, everyone gets represented.
Mostly,
yeah, but it's a good job, well done. But, yeah, that's about it for the games that I've been playing. Yeah, besides that, I've been playing a bit of Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon on the side, but I haven't really gotten into it that much.
Oh, you own that?
Yeah, I own that.
Neat.
But, yeah, I need to get more into that before I can fully, talk about it. But do you want to get on to some newsy news?
Yeah, I suppose we're gonna have to. Not
Yeah.
happy about one of the stories, but
Well, there's one thing that you just kind of have to. You can't really avoid it. Otherwise, just like, wait, why didn't they talk about this? This was trending on Twitter. This is what everyone was talking about, and everyone was excited for,
was
and
it
all
really
that.
went trending on Twitter?
Oh yeah, it was trending
Yeah.
worldwide.
We are, of course, talking about the fact that Damien Sandow got released from WWE.
Oh, the horror.
That actually also trended on Twitter for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I can imagine. But yeah, I'll list them as always, and then you can choose which topic we talk first. Okay, here goes. Disney Infinity,
Oh.
Pokemon, Battlefield 1,
Huh.
let's see what else. Street Fighter 5,
Oh yeah.
and Witcher 3.
Let's do Pokemon first. Let's just get that one out of the way.
Okay.
So I'm not super angry for all of this podcast.
Okay, so you may have known that I think like at the anniversary of Pokemon, they talked that we're gonna get the new generation, Generation 7, and they'd be called Sun and Moon. Besides some concept art that was shown, that was really about it, what we saw. Until yesterday, so May 10th, where they released a new trailer. And we finally got a good look at exactly what, this, what Sun and Moon is gonna look like. And we got a bunch of stuff. We got the legendaries, obviously, which are gonna go in the box. I don't think they have names yet. But one is like a giant lion that looks something straight out of Voltron or a Megazord. And the other one is like a Zubat on steroids.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to describe that thing, yeah.
Yeah. And then, we got the starters, which is always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Rowlet, the grass owl, who everyone seems to adore now.
Can you blame them?
No, it is so fucking cute. It's really, really... there is Litten, the fire cat, who looks like he'd probably be Fire Dark by the end of his evolution.
Probably.
And Poplio, the clown sea lion thing. Yeah, no one's really excited for him, but the other two seem to have gotten some attention.
I don't see any of these Pokemon turning into fighting types, which is new.
You don't know that. I mean,
Yeah,
Tepic isn't one of those stars you think, oh, that's not going to turn into a firefighter. We're finally getting rid of that. And then, nope.
Yeah, same happened with Chespin. It's just like, Chestnut is grass fighting. Well, I hope you like not fighting flying Pokemon, because they will murder you.
Well, to be fair, those, the Gen 6, Pokemon starters were very much based on the, the Dungeons and Dragons stereotype. The Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing classes, Chespin's the warrior, Fennekin's the sorcerer, and Froakie's the rogue.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it was fighting Psychic Dark. But yeah, these three, they look fine. It has taken a bit to let them grow. I mean, of course, I have to see the evolutions to really see like, which one would I want? But right now, I think, like just about everyone, I'm leaning towards Rowlet, going back to my grass roots. Yeah, I've never picked Fire-type Pokemon for some reason as my starters, and there's not really any bias towards them. I just prefer the other Pokemon. Because Generation 1, I was the weird kid that picked Bulbasaur as his starter, then the Totodile, Trico, Turtwig, Snivy, and then Gen 6 I did Froakie. Basically all the reptile types, but there are none here, so I'm screwed.
I basically go for grass by default. Except in Gen 2, because...
The Chikorita fucking sucks.
Because Chikorita is really bad. I went for Trico in Gen 3, Bulbasaur in Gen 1, Gen 4... What was Gen 4? Oh yeah,
Turtwig.
Turtwig rules.
Turtwig's awesome. He's probably... No, Bulbasaur is my favorite out of sentimental values, but Turtwig is a close second.
Uh, Snivy wasn't that good.
No, but none of the Gen 5 starters really were. They were always kind of like, eh.
Well, Samurott was pretty cool.
Even then, I still kind of... Nah, it's definitely my least favorite of the bunch.
And then Gen 6, I went for Chespin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty much mono grass.
Yeah.
With the exception of Gen 2. And in the remake of Gen 3, I went for Mudkip this time.
Oh, for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, because Skeptile became a lot less good in Gen 4 and onwards.
Yeah, Skeptile kind of got the short end of the stick, and especially with his Mega Evolution, where his ability is fucking Lightning Rod. Just like, why? Why even? And Mega Blaziken is OP as fuck.
Oh yeah!
And Mega Swampert I don't think anyone really talks about. But
Mega
we got
Swampert is fucking badass, dude.
Yeah.
Mega Swampert will destroy you.
Yeah. But yeah, we got some more. It's confirmed to be Hawaii based. It seemed like people kind of figured that from the trailer that they showed, but that was more based on just kind of like the, on the art and not really anything compared. But this is like, it's called the Alola region. I feel pretty confident in that it's Hawaii based. And even if you weren't sure, there's like a Japanese trailer which shows like this Japanese kid and his mom moving to Hawaii, and then connecting with new people over the new Pokemon release. So yeah, this is very, very much Hawaii thing, which is cool. I think that's a very different vibe. Maybe Hoenn again was a bit more, again more Japanese based, but that also had a bit of the tropical vibe, and I feel they're continuing on with this.
Yeah. I remember when the initial art came out, it was theorized to be like Spain-based, I think.
Yeah, Spanish or or at least like tropical.
So this looks fun. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're not gonna watch any more Pokemon things.
No, I'm making a point of that. Like, I have set up so many blacklists on Twitter and Tumblr. I have had to blacklist so many things, and still things are getting through.
Yeah.
Which is annoying. And, like, he made me watch the trailer for this, even though I really didn't want to. Because, okay, so for Pokemon X and Y, I basically tried to avoid as much information as I could. So I could go in with, like, a fresh perspective. So I could not be just drenched in Pokemon information and know everything about the game. And just be able to, like, discover it and experience it on my own. And I really want to do that for this generation, so I do not want to talk about Pokemon anymore until it comes out.
Fair enough. Battlefield 1 is our new game. And, yeah, it's taking a very different route from, not necessarily previous Battlefields, because they did take place in World War II, but definitely a different one from Call of Duty, and people seem to connect with it a bit more, because, Battlefield 1, it takes place in World War One.
Which is a relatively unexplored setting for first-person shooters. We've had, one, and it was called Verdun, and it was, if memory serves, multiplayer only, and also was visually just didn't look very appealing.
Yeah. I feel it's not explored that often because the stereotype is that a lot of it was trench warfare, and a lot of it was.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it was also very murky in terms of alliances and what it actually was fought about, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot less in the way of a clear bad guy.
Yeah. It's kind of like, hey, wait a minute, why are we... It was about, land and all that. But, yeah, right now, they are exploring... We haven't seen a lot in terms of, gameplay and what they're doing. Like, we can assume dogfights will be there with very early planes, considering the Wright brothers had only just invented the it.
Yeah, if memory serves, at least in World War One, dogfights weren't really a thing. The most you had was like biplanes dropping bombs.
Yeah.
But as far as aerial combat, that was very limited and only really towards the end of the war.
Yeah. There was a giant fucking Zeppelin. There was a man beating up people with clubs, and yeah, so far, Like, it's not a trailer which makes me super excited, except for the fact, okay, it's a new area for something that's something we haven't explored for so long, it starts to feel fresh again, and this is going even further that way. And it's now one of the most liked trailers on YouTube,
Yeah.
compared to another,
Shots fired!
yeah,
In more ways than one.
yeah. Because Call of Duty Infinite Warfare now is one of the most disliked trailers of all time.
Yeah, it's... Wow.
I feel, yeah. It's like multiple factors involved with that, but yeah, the hatred is strong with that one. And I'm curious how much that is going to affect anything in terms of sales. I'm gonna assume Infinite Warfare still does really, really well, and Activision's not gonna learn any lesson from it. Because why would they, when they still make all the money?
Literally all of the money. Just all of the money in video games goes to Activision.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, do you have anything more to add, or do you think...
Well, I have a nice segue in the sense that, the number of likes on, the number of dislikes on the new Call of Duty trailer is about as many as the new Street Fighter sold.
Oh, shit! That's actually really, really good.
Yeah, right? I'm quite proud of that one.
Yeah, that is really, really good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so Street Fighter V has so far disappointed in terms of sales, in that Capcom was projecting it to have sold 2 million at this time, and right now it has sold 1.4 million, which, is not a particularly big... There's still quite a big gap in there.
But I mean, 1.4 million is quite a decent number.
It's a decent number, but they were obviously expecting more from it, and
maybe they should have launched a game with content in it instead of a promise of content.
Yeah, Street Fighter V is so barren, and I think it's gotten better recently, but it's still a very incomplete game, and I'm kind of wondering, how long it's going to take till we have Street Fighter V in its completion, and then people are like, oh, okay, now I'll buy it. And there's also maybe the caveat that, this one is PS4 exclusive plus PC, and there's no Xbox version for it. So maybe that affected sales.
It's possible.
But, yeah, I do hope that this is sort of a reminder of, hey, game developers, please don't sell us early access $60 games. We don't like that. Just give us a game that's finished and we'll probably buy it.
Yeah, Battlefront.
Oh, well, Battlefront did. People did buy it.
Yeah.
So that's
fucking Battlefront, dude.
Yeah. Apparently there's a sequel coming in 2017. So,
what?
Yeah, we got that to look forward to.
I mean, fuck it. It had enough DLC. It had so much DLC that the season pass cost almost as much as the actual fucking game, and now they're making another one next year?
Yeah.
That is cuckoo bananas.
Yep. Alright, moving on. Disney Infinity, Witcher 3, and Persona 5.
Let's just go in that order. I like that order.
Okay, so kind of out of nowhere last night, Disney had a bit of a meeting regarding some of their stuff that wasn't doing as well. Apparently Disney's stock is down, which is really, really surprising to me considering the amount of stuff they release. And how much you think, Disney is so successful, what can go wrong? Apparently, Disney Infinity, despite being the best-selling Toys to Life game out of its genre, so that's Skylanders and Lego Dimensions, I believe.
Yeah, Lego Dimensions.
It sold the best, but apparently they're taking 147 million loss on it and deciding to call it quits.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there's 2 more sets coming, one based on Alice Through the Looking Glass and the other on Finding Dory.
What? Lame.
And then that's it. Then there won't be any more content for Disney Infinity.
I mean, the Disney Infinity games were never brilliant.
I mean, they were fun ways to build your own games, because that was very much what it was about, building your own, fun little worlds with all these characters from Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars.
Yeah. Excuse me. See, the major problem was that the creation suite was either limited in some ways or way too complicated in other ways, so it just wasn't very well designed. Plus, I think in the first one you couldn't even put win states in your levels, which is
I'm not sure if
spiffy.
that's true or not,
I
but
haven't actually played them, but I'm going off of the Errant Signal videos on them. Who, by the way,
yeah.
if you're not watching Errant Signal, go watch his stuff. He's great.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll check it out.
yeah. Yeah. So, considering they're the highest selling of the genre, I'm genuinely surprised that they're taking such losses on them. Maybe maybe the production costs on the actual figurines are just way too high.
Yeah,
They are
because
very nice figurines. I have to give
they
them.
are very nice figures. Definitely like the best looking in terms of the Lego figurines always have something timeless about them, but the Skylanders are just kind of and the amiibo can vary wildly on quality.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason it just hasn't worked out, or not in the way they hoped. So it's disappointing to see because I do generally like the look of the figurines, and they are already like dropping in price. So if you want to,
Just
go
have the
get them,
figurines and not play the game.
yeah. But there's also another thing attached to it is the fact that this also generally means that Disney is done as a video game publisher, at least on the console space. That is pretty much done.
Really?
Yeah, because they aren't really doing anything other than mobile games.
Oh yeah, true. Because I was gonna say Star Wars, but EA is in charge of that.
EA, they have the Star Wars license now, and I mean it makes sense. We are living in an era where movie tie-in games are just becoming less and less, commercially viable. I mean, might as well just make a mobile game and do that.
Or a free-to-play Steam game like Marvel Heroes.
It just, but I mean, I thought they had something with the Toys to Life genre, but apparently, it does make me very much wonder how much sustainability is in that genre. Because I mean, we've got like Skylanders is apparently going through some reconstruction. There is going to be a new game this year, but Superchargers, I believe, did not do as well as the previous Skylander games. And who knows how Lego Dimensions is doing? Lego is so expensive that it's just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, Lego costs like a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, which is a shame because Lego Dimensions, I mean, you've got a game with Batman, with Lord of the Rings, with Scooby-Doo, with The Simpsons, with Portal, all in one game. Just kind of like
Also, Doctor Who, right?
Yeah, Doctor Who's also in it.
That's weird.
I know, but it's there. It's just kind of like, I want it, but oh, that price. And I feel it's kind of the same thing with all these games. Like it's a hell of an investment.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So you do have to wonder how that's going to go in the future if Activision, which was known to just kill projects like that, at some point is going to say, right, Skylanders no longer viable. We'll do something else. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. We've got Witcher 3. Blood and Wine, the latest expansion pack and final one, has a release date. Its region is more French based. You're getting 30 hours of content out of it.
Blimey.
It's $20, I believe, same as Hearts of Stone. And yeah, it looks like a grand old time. More Witcher.
Play Witcher 3 sometime. I mean, I haven't owned it for very long, but I haven't touched it since I owned it, so
I should continue playing Witcher 3 again at some point because it's definitely been a while. But yeah, other than that, Persona 5. I just wanted to quickly mention it because we didn't talk about that last time on the show, I believe.
It was all the rage on Twitter. Holy shit.
It was all the rage, yeah. Persona fans, they're dedicated, man.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so Atlas held a big event along with and a big crossover event with the Tokyo Tower as well, sort of showing that. Showed off a new 4-minute trailer of a bunch of new things, new characters that we can enjoy. And a release date, at least in Japan. It's coming out in October, I believe. Or I think September? I want to say September, actually. If only because I want it to come out as soon as possible. You never know with Atlas when it comes to these things, and I mean, Persona is probably one of these things that they're not gonna. Oh yeah, September 15th.
Well, there you go.
Like Atlas is not one of these. I mean, Persona is not one of these genres or one of these games they're just gonna leave by and keep away from Europe for months. But at the same time, I'm worried we're not gonna see it till like March 2017 at the earliest.
Well, it has to be localized first, and Atlas has a long-standing aversion to releasing games in Europe.
Oh god, they do. It's so annoying how much contempt they seem to have, and you'd think that being taken over by Sega would have changed that somewhat, but
Lol, nope.
no, it hasn't. And now they've also, I think, canceled their partnership with Nippon Ichi Software, who did some stuff with Europe. Just kind of like, oh god, just come out, please, I need it. This is like seriously one of my most anticipated games of the year. If only I knew when it's actually coming out. And I am probably going to import it if there isn't a Europe release date announced soon, and a US one is.
Thank goodness for region-free games.
Yes,
Nintendo.
Well, I mean, still not digital, but yes, I'll take it. I'll probably get a collector's edition or something because I'm that much of a whore for the franchise. And the things that they show were actually pretty damn nice. Just kind of like, yeah, yes, I want this. And I mean, I'm not sure where you stand on the Persona franchise. You haven't played.
I played a
3.
bit of 3.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get why people like it. I just haven't gotten into it.
Yeah. You should get Persona 4, and then you can really get into it.
Yeah, I know.
Because Persona 3 is a bit,
See, but Persona 4 is people know it's the best one, so that's why it's also the hardest to find.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have a Vita, so I can't buy, the remake.
You can only hope that, it's one of those PS2 classics that they're going to do on PS4 at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Because it's gonna take a while-ish.
Yeah, when are we getting new PS2 classics?
I don't know. They haven't said anything. I feel like one came out last month, but for the rest, I have no idea. But that was pretty much all the news we've got. Quite a bit, actually. But,
yeah, we didn't think there would be a lot, but shows how wrong we were, I guess.
Yeah, and no big controversy, except maybe, the whole Call of Duty thing.
And Uncharted fans being whiny piss babies. But what else is new?
Maybe not fair towards Uncharted. It's just more like, okay, you not give this a 9 or a 10.
So yes, Uncharted fans being whiny piss babies. This has happened before with Uncharted 3.
Yeah. It's silly how people react towards reviews, but anyway, let's move on to some games coming out fairly soon. We got quite an interesting batch this week.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And let's start up with the big one, which is Doom.
Yep, it's definitely Doom.
It is Doom, and I remember being so excited for this when they showed up the E3 demo. And I still am kind of excited.
But not nearly as much, I can imagine.
Not nearly as much, no, because, it looks like a return to classic run and gun shooters. It looks very hardcore metal, and it's just like, fuck yes, I want this. I want to play this. This looks really, really cool. But then Bethesda decided that they are not going to be sending any review copies of the game to people like IGN and all that stuff. The multiplayer beta was reviewed very negatively. So it's just kind of like, okay, what's going on?
I guess you could say it's doomed to fail.
No shit. But yeah, I'm kind of getting a bit more worried, especially now that the review copies are not being sent, which I feel is like just a dumb argument. Like you saw, for example, and maybe that's to show, like, okay, we want to see it when servers are really done. And we saw this done with the Division as well, that they didn't send review copies until, like, late at launch. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I want this to be good so bad, but I'm getting a bit antsy.
We'll have to see when it comes out in like 2 days. So it might actually be out by the time this goes up.
It might be out then, and reviews won't be up by then, but even then. We can only hope for the best, but I'm definitely going to wait before buying it. And that sucks because I had a lot of faith going in.
Mm.
Yeah, other game. Coming out the exact same day, we've got something totally different. Disney Art Academy. Nintendo partnering with Disney in order to, learn you how to draw on your tiny little 3DS screen.
I have to admit, I watched the Game Grumps playthrough of Pokemon Art Academy.
Yeah.
It's a surprisingly well-made game.
It's very robust in terms of, okay, this is how you do this and that and that.
Like, I feel like I learned a little bit from just watching that, not even doing it. So, like, cool, fair enough. I mean, Disney's recognizable branding, same for Pokemon. Great choice.
Yes. Not a whole lot to say other than that. I mean, we saw stuff like Frozen, classic Little Mermaid, Lion King, and all that stuff. Like some Pixar stuff. You'll probably get some enjoyment out of it
And
if you
some
enjoy
art knowledge.
Yeah. So yeah, the Art Academy games are pretty good at it. I mean, the Wii U one is also... I think the Wii U one had a free trial for a while, and that was interesting. And I can't draw to save my life, so...
The only way to learn is practice.
Exactly.
Or you could get a U-Draw.
Oh, the U-Draw.
Oh, rest in peace, THQ.
You killed THQ. Or maybe THQ killed THQ when they decided, hey, you know what, this needs to be on PS3 and 360 as well. And everyone's just kind of like, dude, no, this is a Wii thing, and...
Stop.
Yeah. Moving on to May 17th, we've got some interesting releases.
Oh, yeah.
Gear, how much do you remember of Homefront?
I remember that North Korea were the bad guys, and everyone sort of laughed at that.
It wasn't necessarily even that, because, yes, North Korea are the bad guys. United with South Korea, they became Korea again. They were all like, hey, look, guys, we're not so bad anymore. We're coming along, but nope. Oh, no, we're actually the bad guys, and we've taken over the United States. Ha, ha, ha.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O!
Yeah, so that was a thing. And now, we're back with, and it was one of THQ's last games. It got middling reviews. A lot was talked about the story of it. It was made by the same writer that made Red Dawn, the original, not the remake. But yeah, it's since then. There's some. Since then, things have been pretty quiet, and it was when when THQ went bankrupt, we thought that was the end of Homefront. Then Crytek bought it, and they made this game, Homefront: The Revolution.
I mean, Crytek knows their way around a shooter.
Yeah, but then, and I believe they started working on it 2013, 2014 or so. But then it turned out Crytek was having some financial issues, because that was a big thing for a while. Mm-hmm. And they sold the Homefront: The Revolution to Deep Silver, who are working on it now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Deep Silver have a very mixed history.
Yeah. I mean, besides, Dead Island, I guess, and even Dead Island's just kind of like, wait, really?
I mean, they did Right to Hell Retribution.
Yeah. But
they also did Saints Row 4.
Yeah. So, you could always expect something different from them, but I believe it's an open world FPS. You're trying to rescue Philadelphia, which is, again, a different city, so that's nice. To save them from the occupation from Korea, and I've seen no stuff for this game whatsoever.
No, neither have I.
And it's coming out next week. I'm just like, wait,
dear.
What? When I saw it on the release schedule, I'm just kind of like, wait, what?
All right,
that's coming out so soon. It just, how do we even describe it? Because Homefront was a game literally no one cared about back when the first when it came out. Like T2 had a lot riding on it. It was going to save them from bankruptcy, and obviously that didn't happen. But the sequel, I feel like, who cares? Who really cares about this game?
I mean, we live in a world where Two Worlds 3 has been confirmed to come out, so are you really surprised?
Someone probably cares, but at the same time, just kind of like, why?
I mean, like, fucking... Okay, Homefront was unimpressive. Fucking Two Worlds was straight up bad.
Yeah.
That's the
I don't know, like,
difference.
I think Reality Pump and South Peak or whoever is making these games either work on voodoo magic, or they have an infinite pile of money somewhere to make them do whatever the hell they want. Because there is no way that a studio can survive stuff like Raven's Cry and making the exact same game, except maybe a little bit better, with Vendetta, Curse of Raven's Cry,
Ugh.
and then still somehow continue to make games.
Maybe they just have a lot of investors who are really hard to upset.
Yeah. It's a weird one, that Two Worlds. But yeah, Homefront the Revolution. Literally no one cares. I think.
Nah.
And if you do care about Homefront the Revolution, please contact me. I want to see a live person just, be hyped for this game.
Yeah, and if you do care, also contact me, because I want to give you some better options for first-person shooters to play.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got an interesting little title right here. It's a game series that hasn't been active since 1989, and that is Shadow of the Beast, coming to PS4. Yeah, not a whole lot more to say.
Yeah, no, that's my reaction to it. It's just like, I have no connection to this franchise. I've seen some gameplay footage. It looks bad.
It reminds me of Oddworld in a lot of ways. Certainly in the way the platforming and the design of it.
It doesn't look fun to play. It doesn't look good, like, visually. It's very murky.
It looks alright.
It's very murky. I don't like the dark color scheme so much. I don't know. I don't see this game being very good.
We'll see. It's actually published by Sony themselves, so maybe they have a bit of a hand and sort of make sure that it's actually good. And the original one is a cult classic, so again, that was 1989.
Yeah, when we didn't have quite standards that were quite as high.
It's yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. Moving on to our last game, I believe. Let me quickly check the list again. Yeah, this is a remaster, and I remember when Valkyria Chronicles came out in like 2009, and I didn't have a PS3 at the time, but I remember, okay, that looks really cool. I kind of dig that. It's sort of anime World War II-esque type of game, but not really like with some fantasy elements involved. Very real-time strategy.
Well,
RPG.
it was turn-based. It wasn't real-time.
Yeah, it was not real-time. I misspoke there. But, yeah, it did okay enough for a sequel on the PSP, which no one
That's
bought.
always a good sign.
Which no one bought because it was on the PSP.
Exactly.
And the franchise kind of continued a bit with some other things, but, yeah, since then there's been a release on the on the PC, and now it is getting a remaster on the PS4 with, 1080p, 60 FPS, always a nice sign. All the DLC is in there. Bunch of extra content. So if you've either never played the Valkyria Chronicles like myself, or just am curious about it, or want to go back to it because it has been a while since it came out, this might be a good way to go back. And I don't think it's even that expensive. I believe it's like $15 on the PlayStation Store.
Wow. It won't be full price. Let's keep it at that so we don't make a mistake.
It won't be full price. I feel pretty confident in saying that.
Well, it'll probably show up on PS Plus sooner rather than later.
We'll see. Like, PS Plus content is kind of down in the dumps. You don't really get a bunch of... You don't certainly get as much AAA games like you did back in the day.
I mean...
And, it all depends on whether you see that as a bad thing or not, but it's kind of like, I do pay...
You do get some genuine good stuff. Like, we got The Binding of Isaac for free.
Yeah.
Well, for no extra cost, at least, on release day. So, can't argue with that. Good shit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that about does it in terms of the games coming out. Next week is going to be interesting. But we've got some questions finally, so we're going to go and answer that.
Woohoo!
Alright, I've got 2 questions here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just one that literally just came in a few minutes ago.
Excellent.
Okay, let's start off with the first question. Rad Shiro asks, how come Doctor Doom is the best villain?
He's not. Skeletor is the best villain. Obviously Skeletor. I mean, look at that chiseled jawbone, that glorious cape, those blue muscles.
Yeah.
That silky voice that I could listen to for hours.
No. Like, Skeletor's final, but, Doctor Doom is a really, really good villain. Easily one of the best villains Marvel has, and that's largely because he is so, it's weird, because he does literally know what's best for the world. Even the big Panther God is just kind of like, yes, you know what's best for the world, and that's related to Black Panther in a storyline there, but even then, he's supremely arrogant, and only that is really his big downfall.
Yeah, he just goes about his stuff by being a massive prick.
Gosh, you Reed Richards.
I mean, Reed Richards is also a massive prick, so
yeah, but it's such a shame that Fox has handled him so poorly in the 2 Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Oh.
Because he's not very good in the original Fantastic Four movies. And he looks like a crash test dummy in the new one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, God damn it, guys. Just give it back to Marvel. They know what to do with it. You obviously don't. Just continue making X-Men movies. You've got that down. Though apparently, if Apocalypse reviews are any indication, even that might be on shaky ground.
Well, they're still making a Wolverine movie, so they're not going to lose the license anytime soon.
No, they're not. Not that I expected them to. Okay, there is the second question from a 02 Hero.
Oh, nice. He had a really cool one last time.
Yeah. A pigeon is attacking you for some reason. How do you defend yourself?
I don't. I run away. I run very quickly in the other direction, because pigeons are deceptively powerful and terrifying. Please don't attack me, pigeons.
It depends on what type of pigeon, because we've got a bunch of pigeons. We got a pigeon nest somewhere nearby. Those are really small pigeons, and they're just kind of like, okay, they're relatively harmless. You can just swat them, grab them, and they'll be fine. But there's other ones that are in the garden that are these really big pigeons. Like, those are ones that you don't want to mess around with.
No, they will fight you.
They will fight you, yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, which kind of pigeon are we talking about? But even then, it's kind of like, at some point, you swat them a bit, and at some point you grab them, and then you send them to, I don't know, Mike Tyson or something. He knows his pigeons. He knows how to take care of them.
So does Commander Holly.
Oh yeah, she has a pigeon, right?
Yes. She keeps pigeons. That's one of her things.
Yeah.
She has multiple pigeons. They are very cute.
Yes.
And they're not the kind that attack you.
No. But on that random note, I think it's time to call it quits for now.
Yes.
Yeah, we had quite a bit to talk about recently, and I think we did a good job with it.
Yeah, this is almost an hour. People won't hate us for this.
Okay. I've never really had much complaints regarding the time limit. But anyway, where can they find you if they want to see more? If they want to see more on what you're doing,
you can find me on Twitter.com at Gear12_Turbo. .twitter.com. That's probably right.
Okay.
That's right? I think that's right.
Ah, okay.
Is that the URL, or is that... twitter.com/gear12_turbo. You can just type it into Twitter and you'll find me.
Yeah. And what is this about being in charge of good games writing, or?
Yeah, that's happening in July. More information about that later, as
Okay.
I also learn more information about that.
Okay, so this is very, very early. So we'll get to hear more of that at some point.
Yes.
As always, you can follow me at the Madhero on Twitter, and you can also check out G1 Features, where I post all of this content. And we'd really appreciate it if you do so. We have a Civil War review up, and there's going to be a spoiler special for that,
Oh shit.
as well as talk of the Angry Birds movie at some point.
Oh no.
So look out for that, folks.
Spaghetti.
Okay, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.